Keno Machado is just 21 years of age. But here he is, heading to the boxing ring for his first World Championship final. Got the hood up on that silken red gown, matching the corner that he will be boxing out of. 32 boxes, a perfect 32 in terms of bracketology, comprise the 86-kilogram cruiserweight division. So he preparing for his 5th contest, and he has been outstanding so far. Unanimous point decision victories all the way, including in yesterday's semi-final against Belgium's history man, Victor Schelstrater. So Loren Alfonso, the 26-year-old boxing for Azerbaijan, emerges through the dry ice, heading for the blue corner. Bronze medalist in the Tokyo Olympic Games earlier this summer. He too preparing for his 5th bout of the tournament. You boxed in his usual way yesterday, and he's been in your ring B throughout the preliminaries. And again, his patient punch picking has served him well through the prelim stages to get him through to the gold medal bout.
Absolutely, he has his method. He pulls back, he hangs out on the back foot, back towards the ropes, and he trusts his hand speed. Whatever happens, he feels that if you punch first, he will beat you to the punch. That's what he does. He did it against Heinrich Ruiz of Cuba in the semi-final, and won that encounter against a very good fighter. You mentioned fighters who were stuck behind Lopez. He was in that situation in Cuba himself. Moved to Azerbaijan, and then in the semi-finals in Tokyo at 81 kg, lost to Arlen Lopez, but he's moved up 5 kilograms since then, and presumably light heavy was too difficult to make, because he looks well, doesn't he, at 86?
He certainly does. So Yermek Suyenish of Kazakhstan is the referee as we prepare for this gold medal bout in the 86-kilogram cruiserweight division. And there's the opening bell. 3 3-minute rounds lie ahead in this battle between boxers from Brazil and Azerbaijan. The boxer wearing red, the taller figure, is Keno Machado in his 2nd appearance at a senior world boxing championships, having competed in Yekaterinburg 2 years ago, where he lost to the eventual gold medalist Belgrade Nurdaletov in the 2nd preliminary round. His opponent, Loren Alfonso, is also competing in his 2nd world championships. He a quarter finalist in Yekaterinburg 2 years ago. And as mentioned, a brilliant bronze medal, losing to the man who shares a homeland with him, Arlen Lopez, who went on to claim his 2nd consecutive Olympic gold, adding 81-kilogram gold to the 75-kilogram middleweight title he took in Rio 5 years ago. Well, Machado is a very good operator in terms of controlling the tempo. This is what he likes to do, very fluid, very languid and relaxed, scores with a feather-light left jab to the body there. But oftentimes, sometimes in the opening round, but more often than not in the 2nd round, he will start to sit down on his punches and drive in shots to the torso of his opponents to really slow them down. Corkscrew left hand not too far away from Alfonso. He celebrates that. Double jab was a rangefinder from Machado, and it didn't land on the target. But Alfonso is incredibly quick. This is how he often boxes. He often concedes ground, edges back to one of the 4 corners of the roped arena, and then will fire out with a hard right hand to the solar plexus, just like that. It can be straight, it can be turned underneath, but he's content to win a round by landing 3 punches to his opponent's none. Such are his extraordinary reflexes, which allows him to weave out of the way of incoming punches. 2 minutes gone, and it's a fistic game of Tom and Jerry so far on the canvas of the boxing ring. Double jab not too far away from Machado, but again, the feinting continues, and there, triggering into range and scoring with a right jab, which he celebrates by sticking out his tongue, is Alfonso. Machado looking for the left hand. Oh, that's a nice right uppercut on the inside. It brings a grin to the face of Alfonso. He wasn't battling away, wasn't concentrating. Referee didn't say stop or break. And so Machado well within his rights to land that beautiful right uppercut on the inside. Closing seconds of the opening round between these 2 fluid, loose-limbed boxers. both of whom possess extraordinarily high boxing IQs. Counter right hand was the better shot during that trade-off for me from Machado. But a left jab to the body just before the showboating glance at his abs, saying that the final shot from Machado missed. The last shot of the round landed by the man in blue. Close first round. I happen to think the man in red took it. How did you see the first 3 minutes?
There was very, very little in it in terms of punches landed. I'll kind of revert to something you said earlier on, which is that when a fighter throws punches that are easy to see, that can maybe give them a slight advantage. And when Alfonso lands, it is easy to see because he comes in from such a long way out, and he's actually won that first round on a 4-1 split. I think it was very, very tight. He actually held the centre of the ring there more than I thought he would, but he still did what he always does, which is stand just out of range and trust those really, really quick hands. I think he maybe knows that if he retreats to the ropes, that Machado's not really going to want to follow him in there. But Machado is being forced to fight Alfonso's fight. It's very difficult not to fight Alfonso's fight.
So going to the second round then. Keno Machado, the reigning Pan Am Games silver medalist, who is often so masterful at controlling the tempo of a contest, conceding the first round on a 4-1 split, not really finding the range with his attempted straight punches despite being the taller, longer boxer. And Machado with an eye-catching single right cross once again. He is very economical with his punch output, but his accuracy is incredibly high. Doesn't waste much at all. Has a tendency, at least in contests and tournaments where I've commentated on him, he comes to the ring as the reigning European Games gold medalist from Minsk 2 years ago, but he does have a tendency to fade late in contests, because even though he's not a dynamic, whirling dervish of a boxer, to feint in the manner that he does and pull that core back like that, well, that's fast twitch work all the way, which can be very fatiguing. To body pop and feint in front of your opponent like that can really tax the energy systems. There's a good scoring right cross to the body from Machado. But again, during that flurry of punches from Machado, nothing landed. And during the clinch, neither man is working away. In that posture in the opening round, Machado uncored a nice right uppercut. Counter right hand, a scoring shot again from the man in blue. And Machado, well, I've mentioned the fact that he can go through the gears and start to sit down on his shots and really look to wear out his opponent, but he's not busy enough with his hands here. Approaching 2 minutes gone in the second round. He's scored with some punches, but there has been so much feinting trying to create the opening that in the single shot exchanges, Alfonso has perhaps landed the more eye-catching shots. So inside the final minute, and again is another right hand from Alfonso, which was more spectacular than the one landed by Machado. Machado again continuing to rely on singles, but he's the taller boxer. Would he be advised to begin to work behind that jab and try and back Alfonso close to the ropes with a 2 or 3 phase attack? But again, Alfonso so comfortable in the confined spaces of the ring, who lands an eye-catching right cross that came behind a left jab, and that could well be the decisive combination in a round where there've been very precious few scoring punches once again. Now he kills the clock by getting beyond punching distance. Second round in the book, and Alfonso knows that he has done enough. That combination inside the 10-second clapper, just a punctuation point, a rapid fire, rapier-like left-right, the right hand right on the button. And Machado, I think, is going to have an uphill climb going into the third and final round.
Well, the way that first was scored, you would expect the second to go along similar lines, and it's another split. It's 3-2, and the key point there, the absolutely key point there, is that we've got 3 scores of 19-19. So Machado has got just enough in that second round to make sure that he goes into this third and final round still capable of winning this fight with a 10-9 round win. There's 2 scores of 20 points to 18 for Alfonso, and the other 3, as I say, 19-19. 19. He's a very difficult man to fight, a very difficult man to fight. I've not seen anybody knock him out of his rhythm. And he's had contests against the Russian Boxing Federation and Cuba, and now Brazil. And this is going to be nip and tuck this final round. He can't go gung-ho here, Machado. We know what will happen if he does. He's got to hold his nerve.
What a final 3 minutes we have in prospect. The contest is up for grabs between these two fast twitch, cagey counter punchers. At least that's how they're operating in this contest. That is the preferred approach by Alfonso. Machado is capable of leading the dance. The Olympic Games quarter-finalist at 81 kilograms, losing to the eventual silver medalist Benjamin Whittaker of Great Britain. Off the mark. I'm not sure that Alfonso's single landed either. And Alfonso, you see, it's one shot, then tying his man up. Now, to his credit, Keno Machado is trying to work away in there. And Alfonso is conceding body shots because those digs underneath with the right hand did land on the left-hand side of his torso. Terrific two-shot salvo once again. Blinding hand speed from Alfonso. After making Machado miss, he came back with a terrific combination counter. And again, off the ropes, the eye-catching right cross landed with a bent arm. This is what he does. Retreat to the confined positions of the ring, laying a trap for his opponent as he spears out a right cross to the body, luring them in, and then beating them to the punch with his terrific accuracy and hand speed. Halfway through the third and final round of a gold medal bout where we have three scorecards of 19 points apiece. After Alfonso took the first on a 4-1 split and then took the second on a 3-2 split. But the distribution of those scorecards means that Machado still very much has a live interest in this final 3-minute stanza, or he did at the start. But Machado, there he lands with a good right cross to the body. Alfonso, keeping his composure under fire, claims his man once again and walks him out to center ring. Inside the final minute, and Alfonso has had a real happy knack, a cultivated habit, just like there, of landing an eye-catching shot at critical junctures of the contest. Inside the final minute with 30 seconds to go, inside the 10-second clapper, and they're often clean, crisp, eye-catching punches. Left jab not too far away there from the man in blue. Made to miss with his attempted lead right hand, but then wasn't made to pay by Machado, whose attempted left hook counter went over the top. Both men nudging away on the inside, scoring punches as Alfonso gets on the front foot and bulldozes his man back to the ropes before locking him up once again. There's the 10-second clapper, closing stages of an incredibly cagey cruiserweight gold medal bout. Alfonso kills the clock with raising his right arm, a little shuffle in his own corner, and then performing jumps as though he's on a pogo stick. A warm embrace from his opponent, and in stark contrast, is far more subdued, far less enthusiastic in that blue corner. Alfonso feels that he has done enough. Remember, he eliminated the Cuban boxer Heinrich Ruiz yesterday. And here, against the reigning against the Olympic quarter-finalist, I feel he's done enough, but what say you, Andy Clark?
I'd say so. There were 3 level cards. He only needs one of them, and I find it hard to believe he's not going to get the one that he needs. I think he just shaded that final round again there. His method is so effective. He executes it so very, very well. And as I say, you always end up, every opponent I've seen with him all week, and I've seen all in fights, they all end up fighting his fight.
And there is confirmation. A somersault of celebration, followed by some shadow boxing and capoeira from Loren Alfonso Rodriguez. Absolutely delighted at being declared a 3-2 split decision victor over Keno Machado of Brazil, to be crowned as the Cruiserweight champion of the world here at the AIBA World Championships in Belgrade. He is absolutely elated, and well he should be. The fighter possessed of incredible reflex, accurate shot selection, and so much nerve to box in that manner, irrespective of the opponent coming at him. Well, all of those attributes have seen him go through to top spots on the medal podium. Keno Machado, he deserves immense credit for what has been a brilliant tournament. 5 contests, winning 4 of them in impressive fashion. But up against Loren, Alfonso just edged out on a 3-2 split. Thrilling final bout in this division. And there's the moment of confirmation for Alfonso.
And that was so tight on the cards. He very, very nearly did it there, Machado, because he took that final round 3 cards to 2. And in the end, Alfonso got it with 1 judge 3-0.